Welcome, gentlemen, to a conversation that's as uncomfortable as it is crucial. We're about to dive into the often misunderstood world of relationship betrayal, specifically focusing on the subtle, often overlooked, signs that your partner might be disloyal. It's a painful topic, yet understanding these hidden cues isn't about fostering paranoia, but rather about equipping yourself with the insight to protect your emotional well-being and the integrity of your relationship. Are you ready to uncover what most men miss? Understanding infidelity. More than just physicality first, let's clarify what we mean by infidelity. It's far more than just a physical act. Our sources define infidelity as a violation of the commitment to sexual exclusivity. However, it encompasses a wide array of actions, including not only sexual involvement outside the primary relationship, but also emotional or psychological betrayal. This can manifest as secret communications, intimate exchanges, or even financial entanglements with someone other than your partner. Essentially, it's any act that crosses the recognized boundaries of your relationship. Despite a mutual commitment to exclusivity, the impact of infidelity is profoundly devastating. It's often described as a psychological crisis for the betrayed individual, characterized by intense feelings of pain, betrayal, and a profound loss of trust. Trust, after all, is the very glue that binds relationships and empowers individuals to navigate life with confidence. When trust erodes, individuals tend to view others as threats and perceive the world as an adversary. The emotional toll can be severe, leading to reduced self-esteem, a fear of abandonment, and deep-seated anger towards the betrayer. Psychologists even have a term for this profound emotional wound: betrayal trauma, which can lead to serious depression and grief. Infidelity isn't a rare occurrence. It's a distressingly common factor in relationship breakdowns. Data indicates that over 90% of reported breakups are linked to disloyalty. Furthermore, alarming trends show that infidelity rates have been on the rise for both men and women. For men, the rate climbed from 20% in 1991 to 28% in 2006, while for women, it jumped from 5% to 15% during the same period. This significant increase highlights the urgent need to understand its dynamics and warning signs, the hidden catalysts. Why infidelity happens. Before we delve into the signs, it's important to understand the complex web of factors that can lead someone down the path of disloyalty. It's rarely just one thing. Often, it's a culmination of psychological, personal, and relational dynamics. One fascinating perspective comes from an economic model of infidelity, which posits that individuals make decisions based on maximizing their personal utility. They weigh the financial, emotional, and social costs and benefits of remaining loyal, getting a divorce, or engaging in an affair. For instance, a partner with high passive income might have more leisure time, which can, unfortunately, be redirected towards extramarital activities. Conversely, a relationship that provides significant benefits and satisfaction can act as a deterrent, reducing the likelihood of infidelity. Psychological underpinnings, perhaps. One of the most intriguing concepts is moral disengagement. This psychological mechanism allows individuals to temporarily detach from their own moral standards, thereby justifying actions that they would normally consider wrong, such as infidelity, without feeling overwhelming guilt. Think of it as hitting the moral mute button. Research shows that individuals with a higher tendency for moral disengagement are more likely to admit to infidelity and, ironically, also tend to suspect their partners of disloyalty. This mechanism allows them to maintain a positive self-image, even when their actions contradict their beliefs. Unsurprisingly, higher moral disengagement is also linked to lower relationship satisfaction for both partners. It's a critical insight into why someone might act against their own moral compass in a committed relationship. Beyond moral acrobatics, other psychological states play a significant role. High levels of stress, anxiety, and depression can significantly increase a person's vulnerability to infidelity. When overwhelmed by these emotional burdens, individuals may seek comfort, validation, or an escape outside their primary relationship. It's a desperate search for emotional solace, often leading to damaging choices. Even severe mental illnesses, such as schizophrenia, can impair judgment and self-control, leading to risky behaviors including infidelity. Personal characteristics. Certain personality traits can also predispose someone to disloyalty. A lack of self-regulation, for instance, makes individuals more susceptible to impulsive behaviors and temptations. If someone struggles to control their urges, they might find it harder to resist extramarital advances. Similarly, a strong tendency to seek novelty and excitement can drive individuals to pursue affairs as a way to satisfy their craving for new experiences, even at the expense of their primary relationship. Conversely, a strong sense of responsibility towards marital commitments acts as a protective shield against infidelity. Those who prioritize loyalty are less likely to engage in behaviors that destabilize their relationship. Interestingly, self-esteem also plays a part. Individuals with high self-esteem tend to feel secure and valued within their existing relationship, reducing the need to seek validation or affirmation through outside affairs. Finally, one's attitude towards infidelity itself is a significant predictor. If a person condones or accepts infidelity, they are naturally more likely to engage in it. Relationship dynamics. The state of the primary relationship is a crucial determinant. Marital and sexual dissatisfaction are potent drivers of infidelity. When individuals feel their needs, particularly sexual needs, are unmet, they might look for fulfillment elsewhere. Seeking new experiences can become a mechanism to boost their sexual satisfaction, albeit through disloyal means. For couples who cohabitate but are not married, there might be a higher propensity for infidelity, possibly because they tend to invest less in the marital activities associated with long-term commitment. Socioeconomic and demographic factors. The overall trend shows a rise in infidelity for both genders. There are nuances. Historically, men have shown higher rates of infidelity, but women's rates are catching up. Reactions to betrayal also differ. Men often experience more distress from sexual infidelity, concerns about paternity, while women are more pained by emotional betrayal, emphasizing emotional intimacy. Power and income can also play a role. Individuals with higher levels of power and financial resources often have more autonomy and opportunities for affairs, as well as the means to conceal them. This can sometimes foster a sense of entitlement, making infidelity seem more acceptable. Surprisingly, research on age and education shows inconsistent direct links to infidelity. However, disparity in educational attainment within a couple can increase the likelihood of infidelity, especially for women who are more educated than their partners. The consumption of alcohol and addiction can significantly impair judgment and create marital strain, increasing the risk of disloyal behavior. Lastly, parental divorce or infidelity can influence children's likelihood of engaging in infidelity themselves in adulthood. This isn't genetic, but rather an environmental or learned behavior from observing family dynamics. Broader social networks and high social status are also linked to greater opportunities for infidelity. The silent warnings, subtle signs of disloyalty. Now that we've explored the underlying reasons, let's get down to the brass tacks, the actual signs that might indicate disloyalty. These aren't always glaring. Often, they're subtle shifts that, when seen together, paint a clearer picture. It's important to remember that any single sign could have an innocent explanation, but a cluster of these behaviors should prompt a deeper look and, ideally, an open conversation. 1. Shifts in relationship dynamics, complaints, and conflicts. One of the earliest warning signs can be a general sense of dissatisfaction or increased friction within the relationship. Has your partner started lamenting, this marriage isn't what it used to be, or expressing a vague sense of unhappiness, perhaps even stating, "I need more." Frequent arguments, even over minor issues, can be a symptom that something is deeply amiss, regardless of whether infidelity is the cause or the effect. It signals that the emotional foundation is cracking. Harsh criticism. Pay attention if your partner suddenly becomes overly critical of you. Are they making unprovoked remarks about your appearance, suggesting you hit the gym or lose weight? This seemingly personal attack might, ironically, be a subconscious attempt to justify their own actions or create distance. By making you feel inadequate, they might be trying to mitigate their own guilt or make their disloyalty seem more understandable. Decreased intimacy and emotional distance. A noticeable decline in physical affection and intimacy is a classic red flag. Are they less inclined to hold your hand, hug you spontaneously, or engage in sexual intimacy as frequently as before? An emotional distance often precedes physical separation. If they're finding intimacy elsewhere, they might not feel the need for it from you, or the guilt might prevent them from being close. On a more intimate level, watch for new sexual techniques during your moments of intimacy. While exploration can be healthy, sudden, unfamiliar moves might suggest they've been practicing with someone else. The role of your own behavior. While no one is to blame for infidelity except the one who commits it, it's worth a moment of honest self-reflection. Have you been neglectful, indifferent, or even rude towards your partner? Our sources suggest that if a partner feels emotionally or sexually neglected, they might seek that fulfillment elsewhere. Sometimes, infidelity can even be a misguided attempt to get back at you or boost their own confidence if they feel mistreated. This isn't an excuse for disloyalty, but understanding contributing factors can be part of healing. The power of intuition. Don't dismiss that nagging feeling in your gut. Our intuition, often referred to as a gut feeling, is surprisingly powerful and often a reflection of our unconscious mind, processing subtle cues we haven't consciously registered. If your intuition tells you something is wrong, don't just brush it aside. It could be saving you from further heartache. 2. Changes in appearance and habits. New look. New routine. One of the most visually obvious, yet frequently ignored signs, is a sudden, significant change in your partner's appearance or lifestyle habits. Are they suddenly dedicating themselves to a new gym routine, vigorously working out to improve their physique or lose weight? Is their wardrobe undergoing a dramatic overhaul, shifting from comfortable old favorites to stylish new outfits? While personal improvement is great, these efforts might be aimed at impressing a new flame, especially if there's no major life event, like a new job promotion, to explain the sudden shift. Grooming beyond the norm. Beyond just clothes. Pay attention to their personal grooming. Are they showering, flossing, or shaving with unusual frequency or meticulousness? Are there new, unfamiliar scents, a different brand of perfume or cologne that weren't part of their usual routine? And yes, sometimes the classic movie trope holds true. A telltale lipstick mark on a shirt collar or an unfamiliar scent lingering on their clothes can be a concrete clue. A sudden obsession with their physical appeal might suggest there's someone new they're trying to captivate. 3. Sudden schedule and communication. Disruptions, unexplained absences. A disloyal partner often needs to create time slots for their affair, leading to significant changes in their daily schedule. Are they frequently offering excuses for being late, staying unusually late at work, or citing uncharacteristic traffic jams? Do they suddenly have more unexpected outings with friends, conveniently leaving you out? Or perhaps they stop inviting you to company events or business trips that you previously attended together. If your absence from their life suddenly seems unproblematic to them, it might be because they're taking advantage of your unavailability to be with someone else. Elusive communication. Is it suddenly much harder to get in touch with them? Are your calls going unanswered? only to be met with a string of excuses about a dead phone battery, poor signal, or technical glitches. Do they frequently turn off their phone during times you'd normally expect to reach them, perhaps to avoid interruptions while with their secret companion? This difficulty in communication is a major indicator that they're trying to control information flow and hide their activities. 4. Digital footprints and financial clues attached to their phone. In the digital age, the mobile phone has become an unwitting accomplice in many affairs. Is your partner unusually possessive of their phone, taking it everywhere with them, even to the bathroom, into the shower, or simply to take out the trash? Do they suddenly have new password protections or phone locks that weren't there before, specifically to prevent you from accessing their personal data, messages, or contacts? This extreme attachment and secrecy about their device are strong indicators that they are hiding something sensitive. Secretive online behavior. Beyond just calls and texts, their online activity can reveal much. Are they spending an unusual amount of time on their computer, perhaps chatting online or frequenting social media platforms more than before? Is there one particular person they seem to be constantly communicating with, perhaps an old flame or a new friend? Watch for subtle cues like quickly closing browser windows or applications when you walk into the room, or a habit of frequently clearing their browsing history. These actions suggest a deliberate attempt to conceal their online interactions. Unusual spending. Money often leaves a trail. Keep an eye on your shared financial statements, bank accounts, or credit card bills. Are there unexplained large expenditures? Do you find receipts from unfamiliar stores, restaurants, or bars that you've never visited together? These could be for gifts, meals, or other activities with a new partner. Sometimes, a disloyal partner might even carelessly leave behind telltale items like a lover's house keys, hotel room keys, or movie stubs. And if you're feeling particularly investigative, they'll be wary, as such actions can damage trust if your suspicions are unfounded. Check their car. Infidelity-related items are often stashed in glove compartments, ashtrays, or under seats. The second phone phenomenon. The ultimate digital evasion. Some individuals resort to acquiring a secret second phone, often a cheap prepaid one, to maintain their affair. This allows them to avoid leaving a call history on their primary device. If you stumble upon an unfamiliar phone or new strange phone bills, it's definitely a reason to ask questions. Hidden locations for these phones can be in bags, purses, or even concealed within their car. It's vital to approach these observations with caution. While these are common signs of infidelity, they are not definitive proof. Accusing your partner based solely on suspicions or engaging in secretive investigations, like checking their phone or wallet, can severely damage your relationship even if no infidelity is occurring. The goal here is to be informed, not instantly accusatory. The path forward, healing and rebuilding, or moving on. Discovering disloyalty is a profoundly painful experience, and navigating the aftermath is complex. It's absolutely normal to be overwhelmed by a storm of emotions: shock, agitation, fear, pain, confusion, depression, and even physical reactions like nausea, difficulty sleeping, or trembling. Allow yourself time to feel and process these emotions. Don't expect them to vanish overnight, even if you choose to try and forgive your partner. While raw emotions might scream for retribution, resisting the urge to seek revenge is crucial for your own healing. Actions like badmouthing your partner to friends, shaming them on social media, or considering reciprocal infidelity might provide fleeting satisfaction, but they ultimately trap you in a cycle of anger and hinder your recovery. Similarly, avoid the trap of blaming yourself, your partner, or the third party involved. This simply drains your energy without changing anything. Prioritizing self-care becomes paramount during this challenging time. Engaging in activities that help restore your balance, such as meditation, Regular exercise, like hiking or yoga, healthy eating, consistent sleep, or even small treats like a new outfit or a favorite movie, can significantly help restore your self-esteem, confidence, and resilience. Remember, self-care isn't selfish. It affirms your worth and helps alleviate anxiety. Investing in your community and strengthening friendships is another vital step. Spending time with trusted loved ones reminds you that the betrayer is an exception, not the rule, and reinforces your sense of belonging and value. Strong social relationships are empirically linked to better health and reduced risks of depression and high blood pressure. Practicing compassion, even for the person who hurt you, can be a pathway to healing. Trying to understand their motivations, whether it was due to weakness, addiction, or carelessness, can help you move beyond a victim mentality. Accepting your own pain while acknowledging theirs is key to understanding the duality of the situation and liberating yourself from the heavy, emotional baggage of victimhood. Ultimately, forgiveness is a profound gift you give to yourself, not necessarily to the other person. Don't hesitate to seek professional help. A neutral third party, like a couples counselor or a therapist, can offer an objective perspective, help you calmly discuss what happened, and navigate difficult emotions without losing composure. They can provide tools and strategies for understanding the betrayal and charting a path forward. Learning and reflection through reading and journaling can also be incredibly therapeutic. Writing down your story provides a safe space to process your pain, understand the situation more clearly, and make wiser decisions in the future. It helps reduce stress and detaches you from negative thought patterns. Likewise, engaging with insightful books can open doors to healing and dislodge unproductive emotions. Finally, for those who wish to move forward, the advice is clear: dare to give love another chance. Don't allow past betrayals to define your future. Step into the world with open arms, embracing new opportunities. If this leads to a new relationship, proceed slowly, trust cautiously while verifying, and always listen to your intuition. As the wise Maya Angelou once said, have the courage to trust love again, and always trust it again. Conclusion: infidelity, a profound breach of trust, is a complex phenomenon fueled by a myriad of psychological, personal, and relational factors. From the subtle shifts in behavior to the stark financial clues, understanding these signs is paramount for anyone navigating the intricate landscape of romantic relationships. While betrayal can inflict deep psychological wounds, the journey to healing is paved with self-compassion, robust support systems, and the courage to process pain and ultimately forgive. Whether you choose to rebuild or move forward, prioritizing your self-worth and well-being remains the guiding principle. Remember, true strength lies not in avoiding vulnerability, but in the resilience to heal and, if you choose, to trust again. Forging a future defined by authenticity and healthy connection.